Alright, so for this week's project, we're going to do a piece of myrtle wood. We're going to do some candle holders. So here it is. Here's the myrtle wood. We're going to, not candle holders, candle bowls. We'll call them candle bowls out of myrtle. And that's the shape of it. I just took the shape of a jar lid and put it on there and traced it around, and then found something else that was round and traced it around. Because I like doing things the easy way, whether it's the right way or not, I don't care. I bought this like 3 years ago for $17.50 plus tax. And that means if I was selling this stuff, I would have to get, you know, I would probably have to get $40 to break even, $40 to call it an honest profit out of it, I think. And I don't know if this wood is worth that much. I don't know if I can do that. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. At the end of the video, you'll see the finished product. Tell me what you would sell it for. Tell me what you think it's worth. I have no idea. I don't sell most of my stuff. If I do, I sell it occasionally. People ask for it, and I usually give them a good price. And yeah, but basically I do this for me, and it's not necessarily for profit. It's my inventory gets high and I need to reduce it, so I'll sell some, give it away. That's kind of my show. Right there. Top, bottom. Let's do the same thing with this one, because we're going to do both. It'll be you get a 2-for-1 this week. You ever do that? You know, you got a pencil in your hand and 2 seconds later, you don't know where you put it. You probably see it in the camera. I just don't know where I put it, so I'll just grab another one. It's like tape measures. I never can find the tape measure, so I have 10 of them. And they're spread routinely all about the shop, and then when I need one, I usually can't find it either. Can't find it there either. So, fairly simple project, good for Christmas gifts, shows, whatever, the local market type shows, and yeah, let's get these on the woodworm, get one of them on the woodworm, and we'll get started. So I don't know how everybody else does their shop, but I'm a big believer in magnets on these things. I got magnets all over the place. I keep magnets over there on the tool rack above me where I mount the other camera when I'm turning, and magnets are just super handy for keeping your tools available. Well, that was interesting. I don't know how much of that video, that last little section of video, turned out. The battery indicator on the camera said the battery was dead, and the I put it in the charger and it said the battery was at 74%, and I don't know, maybe I'm having a contact problem or something. Anybody know anything about YouTubers? Go ahead and comment. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I do have another camera out here. It's my old Nikon, and we'll, if the push comes to shove, we'll be using a lot more of that and a lot less of this. I'll be keeping a periodic eye on this camera though. Just I don't want to lose any more, but if I lose it off of this one, I'm still going to be turning that one and I'll film it with the other camera. Alrighty, let's see what we got. I don't think I even need to use a tailstock in this, so I'm just going to take that out. I guess we'll see, because this wood seems to be pretty hard. Although I've turned this before and really kind of enjoyed turning it. It was pretty nice. We'll go with this one. And it's sharp. Yeah, it's sharp. We'll see. F3. Yeah. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put on a face mask. So far, so good. Look at that, just a nice simple shape. So some folks might say this would be maybe like a Mediterranean inspired piece, but actually my inspiration on this was a 1950s or 60s sandbag ashtray. Some of you might remember those. Anyway, that's my whatever, I don't know, what would you call it, my inspiration. Ouch. What was that? An outtake? Probably being a little aggressive there. Anyway, I think that's, you can see this stuff really turns nice. I'm going to go ahead and use my scraper on it though to finish it up. Finish up the outside. Now I'm going to use a skew. I'm going to use a skew scraper. And we'll just scrape that around there. So you can hear that knot turning through there. Let's see if we can get this scraped out of here a little bit, get some shape finalized. And the nice part about this wood, I don't know if you can see it happen. It might not be polished up enough yet. Oh, I got a little smidge of a tear out right there. I'll have to work through that. Got a little tear out right here. I'll have to work through that. Tear out is the enemy. We'll scrape some more on that. And just use my little diamond hone, this guy right here, and I just push it up, kind of like this. I'll show you. I'll see if I can show you. This is not a very beautiful job because it's way away from me and I don't have a lot of control over anything. But I'm just pushing up a little wire edge there. That way I'm not running over to the grinder every 5 minutes and wasting steel. It makes it last a little longer if you don't rush over to the CVN wheel. Let's see. Okay, on. Okay, so you can see we don't have a whole lot of room for a 10 in here. I already marked out where it's going to go. So we're just going to I'm going to use this, I'm going to use my little fingernail gouge. And there's our little let's go. And just a little scrapey scrape on that. Now this might be a good example of showing you why I use a scraper on something like this rather than try to scrape it down really good with that. And it's probably good enough to stand. It is probably, everybody's good enough. Here's what this did. And maybe I could have a lighter touch and I wouldn't get this tear out. I don't know if you can see this tear out or not. It's not big, it's not a problem. And for this sort of a piece, it's really not that big of a deal because it's a candle holder. It's something that you don't put a lot of time into. You don't need to put a lot of time into it because it's not a very big piece. But you know, there it is. It's a little more tear out. If I used a scraper or a wire scraper type thing, might be a little smoother. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and scrape this with my scraper and I'll show you what the end result of that is and then you be the judge. There's no wrong answer. However you do this is how you do it. And if you are, you know, if you're good enough to scrape it with this, more power to you. My hat's off. If you want to take your time and sand through it, once again, there's not a rule. Do what you have to do to make this piece work, make the project work for you. I like to be efficient about it, but sanding through tear out to me is not efficient. If I can scrape it down and get it very close, if I can skip to 80 grit and go straight to 100, I feel much better. You know what I mean? It's that much less sanding. So I'm gonna just here's with the fingernail gouge, scraping this inside. And I can't get in there with my big gouge, but I do have tear out up here and some tool marks that I can get that out with my scraper. So let's go ahead and turn some of that out. My negative rake scraper, this big old thing. So we'll just turn this out here and I can kind of see that coming out. You know, I mean, I can see the tool marks, and I can see them coming right out of there, and I can't see the tear out. I mean, it all looks smooth from here. All right. So I think that's going to be good enough. We'll make it better when I take that tenon off. So yeah, let's get this thing turned around and see what it turns into. And we'll turn you. Let's leave it on. I'm not strong enough to hold that on there, so that it probably be better if I turned it the other way though, huh? I'm not strong enough to hold that on there and turn the machine on because it's a small piece and it's kind of smooth. Oh yeah, that was the purpose, right? Make it smooth. So I use this strap wrench and it's pretty, makes things pretty easy. There. And I'll take this and turn this around. Oh, I didn't show you that. Yeah. Take my word for it. It's much better. All right. Now, this is something, at this point, being as I know there's a big knot right here, I hope you can see that. There's a big knot right there, and I don't want to, I'm afraid that's going to be catchy. So, and there's also, well, there's the end grain going this way, and a knot right there. So I don't want to be real aggressive, so I might opt to use a carbide tool on this. I know if it was if it was mesquite, I'd definitely be using a carbide tool on this because mesquite's hard and catchy, inconsistently hard and catchy, hard, soft, all over the place. I think I'll just use this hollowing tool and we'll try it out and see how it goes. It's probably a little early for this, but what the heck? Let's try it out. Got bean tool there. Yeah, we got this. See how it goes. Turn this on. Okay. It's okay. Okay, so that's what this hollowing tool. Let's try this. Easy wood tool, hollowing tool. That's much better than using tools. That'd be great. Hold still. Yeah, and you can see, and you see all this tear out in here. Now, I'm going to cut that down a little bit. I'm not going to get too concerned about it because, like I said, we're going to fill it full of wax. So I think that's going to be pretty good. So now I'm going to roll this outside edge, and I'm just going to side scrape this so it's in sanding reach, and down to about here. I'll scrape the inside of this so that it's reasonable, and then so it satisfies my conscience. And then so I'll use this little fingernail ground 1/2 inch bowl gouge here. And we'll just scrape this up a little bit. Get this nice and close. We're still turning at 750. We could go up to 1,000 maybe. We could go up way faster than that. I guess so, you roll that one, you use both sides of this scraper. It's pretty handy tool. Okay. Oh, I think I could take a little more tear out of there. A little more tear out. Tear out. Okay, sanded to 400. Now I'm going to use some of this Yorkshire Grit Wood Turners Abrasive Paste. So I'm going to apply this liberally. It's a rub-on, rub-off type thing. High friction, whatever. If I'm doing this wrong, I'm sure somebody's going to tell me. I've had good luck with this before. I don't have all the formulas that go with it. I think there's about 4 different pastes and levels that you can use to make your stuff shiny and bright. For this project, I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to go over it with some Wood Doctor. And we're going to polish it up shiny and dump wax in it. I'm going to hold it inside, so I'm going to carry it down there because stuff is expensive. And we'll speed up, maybe put a little bit more. That's good enough. We'll speed up to like 700. 750. So I'll put the speed of this. So that's abrasive. That's actually polishing with an abrasive, with some clay or something. I don't know. One thing I don't know all the formulas. I have a friend who he mixes his own shellac, beeswax based stuff, and it works pretty good for him. Okay, I'm gonna bump this speed up to like 1500 or something. 1020. I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up. 1600. So, all by itself, that looks pretty good. And that's only like first stage of this stuff. So it will shine up even shinier, shinier, shinier. But I'm just going to go that much with this, and then I'm going to put a coat of Doctor's Wood Shop Micro Crystal Bowl Wax Finish. And I don't know if you're supposed to mix those up or not, but I don't care. I'm going to do it. We'll see how it turns out. So we'll just take some of this and we'll spill it on here and rub it out. Rub it across that. It looks pretty good to me. I don't think I can go too far wrong with it. Yep, it looks pretty shiny. What do you think? We're going to go back to 500. Push the on. We're in reverse, so yeah, I got that all over my shirt. That's how come you see spots on my shirt all the time, because just for that reason right there. I'm gonna go let that spin out, and I'll go get some more rag and dry that off a little bit. Oh, look at the shine come up. Oh, look at the shine come up. I'm going to put you right where you're at. I'm moving you back here. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to mark the center of that. I guess we'll have to do it the hard way. We'll just guesstimate it. We'll guesstimate it a little bit. Okay, it's somewhere around there. Usually I'm clever enough to, you know, when I mount this up on the thing, I put a pokey hole in it, but I didn't use the thing. Pretty good. Good enough to do what we're gonna do. Push a little push on there. Lock this guy down. Give this a spin. Oops, off. Push forward. Push on button. Make it about 500. Maybe more, 600. Something like that. Just in case your fingernails out. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish that a little bit. There's an old wiped out piece of 80. We're going to use that to start with. Yep, or, no, it's got the, look at the camera, we have to get it changed on that. Looks like that. And then some 320, that's right. That's good. No, a little more better. There's a lot of that. That's what I think. Just a little bit. That's how I finish right now. So, that's fine. And then I need to get 400. There's 400. 3 step 400, so I need to get concerned. I'm just going to do it. No, I think it's possible. That's a great job, isn't it? I put fair pressure on here. I can't say this. This is about as you go. Put it on there. So there we go. That's going to be it. Okay, off. Alright, let's see if I can get this right this time. This is like the 4th try. Anyway, so what we have here, juniper candle bowls, mesquite candle bowl, myrtle wood, the most expensive wood in North America, so Alexa just told me. Myrtle wood, myrtle wood. No wonder that was $17.50. All right, this is this week's project. Had a fun time doing it. This one took the longest because I was filming. The rest of them took less than an hour from the time I put them on the lathe, on the woodworm screw, to putting the last bit of finish on them. Yeah, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and don't hesitate to hit the like button down here somewhere. Yep, all I can say is thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.